This project cost over $300 million. No explosion, no crash, no hackers. Just one tiny mistake. And nobody noticed it. Let that sink in. $300 million. Years of work. Hundreds of people involved. Gone. When people talk about expensive mistakes, they usually imagine big events. Wars, financial crashes, massive scandals. Something loud, something obvious, something with someone to blame. But the most expensive mistakes rarely look like that. They look like normal workdays. This one happened in offices. In the late 1990s, NASA was working on a Mars mission. The goal sounded simple: study the atmosphere of Mars, collect data, improve future missions. On paper, the project looked perfect. Smart people, a big budget, years of planning. Everything was checked. Or at least everyone thought it was. The spacecraft was built, tested, launched. And for months, everything went exactly as planned. No warnings, no red flags, no signs of trouble. Until it reached Mars. Here is where the story gets uncomfortable. Because nothing went wrong in the way we expect. No broken hardware, no software crash, just numbers. One engineering team used metric units. Another team used imperial units. Meters versus feet. Newtons versus pounds. Both systems were correct. Both teams were competent. The mistake was not ignorance. The mistake was assumption. Each team assumed the other one had already converted the numbers. No one stopped to ask if they were using the same units, because it felt too obvious, too basic, too small to question. When the spacecraft reached Mars, the calculations were off. Just a little. But in space, a little is everything. The spacecraft entered the Martian atmosphere too low, too fast, and within seconds it burned up. $300 million. Gone. No explosion on Earth. No dramatic failure. Just silence. A signal that never came back. This did not happen because people were stupid. It happened because they were confident. They trusted the process. They trusted the system. They trusted each other. And trust quietly replaced verification. There is a psychological trap behind this. It is called assumed safety. When something works for a long time, our brain stops questioning it. Confidence feels efficient. Double-checking feels slow. Verification feels unnecessary. Until it's too late. The more experienced people become, the more dangerous this trap gets. Because experience creates shortcuts. Mental shortcuts. We've done this before. This has never failed. Someone else already checked. Those sentences feel harmless. Responsible even. But they quietly remove the last line of defense. This is why the most expensive mistakes rarely come from beginners. They come from experts. From people who are sure they already know the answer. That is why stories like this make us uncomfortable. There is no villain, no bad intention, no dramatic error. Just normal people skipping one small check. That is also why these stories don't get talked about much. They're boring. No explosion. No scandal. Just a checkbox that stayed unchecked. But this doesn't only happen at NASA. It happens everywhere. In businesses, in investments, in relationships. Every time someone says someone else handled it.